have a really important question for you. Here it is. Have your ears been burning? Well, they should have. Welcome to what I kind of consider the think tank. And the think tank is the place where Shannon and I sit most Friday afternoons. It's my screened-in porch. She sits there, I sit there. Usually there's a bottle of wine involved. And what do we talk about? Well, we talk about you. That's what we talk about. We talk about what's important to you. We talk about what we have helped with this week. We talked about, most important of all, how we can help you. We sat here at the end of last week and we wrapped up our 2-week series on prospecting for listings. I posted some things on that this morning, which are really good resources if you want to go back and get those. But I was telling her about several people I had met, several agents I had met in the past week. And one agent was in the middle of a multiple bid situation. And I mean, it was multiples of bids. I met an agent who was also in a multiple bid situation, but not the same kind of urgency the first one had. And then I met an agent who was in the direct opposite, where the buyer was in the top position instead of the seller being in top position. And so the buyer was being ornery because the buyer was the one who had the upper hand. Here's the bottom line. This is a crazy time of extremes in our business. We have the extremes of a house getting 29 offers. We have the extreme of houses sitting out there forever. We got lots of extremes. Now, we started talking about how we could best serve you. And I want to tell you something that, honestly, I don't talk much about. But years ago, when I began real estate, I had no idea how to negotiate. And I will never forget sitting there writing my first offer. I remember the two people like it was yesterday. And they looked at me and said, "So what should we offer?" And I thought, who are they talking to? I don't know what the answer to that is. I had no idea what it was that how I should advise them. I had never negotiated for anything. My husband or my father had bought my cars. And so here I was, a professional negotiator with absolutely zero experience. But I had to learn, and I learned a lot, and I worked and worked and worked to learn, and I finally found a process. And then one day I was sitting at a dinner party of all female real estate agents, and somebody was talking about buying a car, and they said, "Yeah, just go to CarMax, it's no haggle buying." And another one said, "Yeah, that's what I do." And another one said, "Yeah, that's what I do." And I'm like, what? We're professional negotiators, and y'all are saying that? And so I started studying. I read 21 books. I started collecting information, and I was really upset. And I was upset because in all, and yes, my husband just called in, not a single person told me how. And if you've been around me for any amount of time, you know I'm a how-to girl. I want the steps. Give me step 1, give me step 2, give me step 3. That is what I want. And so I created the very first negotiating course in the state of North Carolina for real estate agents. And I don't really even talk about that much, but I do. I was the first one in. And I have a course called Strategic Negotiating Specialist. And so I made the decision that what we were going to do is start talking about negotiating. We were going to start talking about lots of things that can help you be a better negotiator, because we're in such extremes. You need all the skill you can muster. So this is how we're starting. We're going to start with tomorrow, where I am going to go ahead and talk about what is the emotional side of this. Y'all know I'm a psychologist by education. I love talking about the emotion of it. And one of the problems is the emotional buyer or the emotional seller. I'm going to tell you exactly where that emotion is coming from, why that emotion is so erratic and so unpredictable. And we're also going to talk about some tactics for dealing with that emotion. And by the way, I'm going to have all of those tactics ready in a giveaway for you. So make sure to come back tomorrow, same bat time, same bat station. Actually, it's not going to be the same bat time and same bat station. I will be coming in a little early tomorrow. I'll be in around 11. However, this is what I need to know from y'all. I want y'all to start the conversation by telling me this. What do you think is the very best characteristics of a great negotiator? If you're a great negotiator, tell me what your best characteristic is. If you've seen great negotiators, tell me what the best characteristics are. I would really like to know. Let's start the conversation by sharing that with everyone. All right, I'll see you tomorrow morning to talk about emotional buyers and sellers when it comes to negotiating. See you soon.